Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Where is my pencil? Probably gonna need that. Here it is. Yeah, hi. How you guys doing tonight? I know it was like not super late, but later than usual streaming. I'm not gonna do anything super long. Yeah, so just gonna be drawing Midna from Twilight Princess. A really cool character. Always like really enjoyed her character design. I feel like that's pretty obvious based on my work, but yeah, I'm gonna just do. Probably not gonna do anything too fancy. Just do a nice little line drawing of her. Okay. I'm kind of just like thinking she's got that big headdress thing. I'll kind of map out where I want to go with this. Them hips. She's got some hips on her. Remember that? That might have been a big reason why I liked her so much. Yeah. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry if I'm a little hoarse. I'm still like I got over a little bug, but my throat's still got a little tickle in my throat, so still getting over that. But yeah, I mean I'm pretty much better, so nothing to worry about there. I'm actually not gonna draw. I'm not gonna draw her whole headdress because I'm obviously like quickly running out of space here, but just kind of gonna draw like the bottom parts of it. Because that's not what I really want to be the focus of the drawing anyway. If you can't tell. And also probably not going to get super exact with her markings either. Just because like I'm looking at reference, I'm only really glancing at it, but I don't have any like one image enlarged, so I can't really see everything in detail. So I'm kind of going to just like wing it a little bit, kind of just do stuff that's inspired by her actual markings. Mainly because I don't want to spend a ton of time mapping it out. If this was like a large commission, I would spend more time like accurately mapping out all that stuff. But this is more of like a gift type thing. So I want it to be like good and in my style, and my style is being lazy and not spending a lot of time on stuff like that. So yeah, that's what you're gonna get. I don't know, she's got that cool stone eye thing. I know it's just like part of her mask or whatever, but I always thought that was like a super cool element of her costume that she has that. I feel like she's got like big eye. I don't know. Let me think about what I'm gonna do here. I might kind of tease it up a little bit and do it closer to home. Cause like I can draw it my way. That's what I'm gonna do. He's got like a little nose. We're not gonna work too hard on that. I hate that mouth. It's okay to erase. I'm gonna do something a little bit more saucy. So we're already kind of going like a saucy direction here, so we'll do that. I get it, man. I get it. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for coming by, even though it's late. Might be early for you guys, I don't know, but thanks for coming by either way. I'm going to slim down her torso a little bit, because probably drawn all this like a little too dark. She's got, yeah. I don't exactly understand how her hair works, but like, I feel like you don't really see it from the side that often. At least I played Twilight Princess quite some time ago. I don't really remember it that well, so not a lot to draw on there. I do remember really enjoying her character. It felt really original. Like nothing like her has been done before. Super fun. Yeah, a pouty little like shoulder shrug action. It's super cute, and it's also a great excuse not to draw like one arm. Hey. Hasn't been that long. I did stream last night, but it's been just like on and off, you know. Life gets in the way sometimes, that's alright. But that's what happened. Well, yeah. I mean, if it's been a long time, I don't really keep track, so sorry. I feel so betrayed. You've been watching some other live streamer? I'm kidding. But you'd tell me if you would, wouldn't you? And then I made it weird and everybody left. What's this? Yeah, right. Alright. I'm just kidding. I mean, thank you, but I'm kidding. You gotta do whatever you want. I hope you do. I mean, I hope you do look at if art is something you're interested in pursuing. You're looking at a wide range of different styles and artists. Because that's important to developing a lot of different sensibilities and like ideas and stuff, seeing what's out there. I'm going to lighten this up a little bit, and it is going to smear the pencil out a little bit, but I kind of want that because she's like she's got a lot of dark coloring on her, so I'll kind of like smear it out and then erase in the space, but I don't want the pencil lines to be too dark. And then where it's like smudged outside of the outline, I'm going to erase. Kind of experimenting. Brushing it. Let's see if I can get rid of that little weird shadow there. I don't know if that's a little better. Working late at night has its disadvantages with the weird lighting. I've been drawn today with high-tech C stuff. So this is a high-tech C multi-pen by Pilot that takes high-tech C little inserts, and I've been drawing with that today and really enjoying it, so I'm going to keep doing that. I'm actually on, last time I talked about comics and a little bit about my comic and how I was kind of deciding what style, like kind of trying to figure out once I start getting into it, like how I'm going to do it, because that's like kind of the stage I'm at right now. And I'm actually thinking like I'm really enjoying drawing with these gel pens, like it's feeling really good and it's feeling unique and original, and like I want to hang on to that. So I'm very close to drawing my comic with gel pens. Particularly the High-Tech C. It's a great pen, and it's feeling really good in my hand right now. So I might do that. And also, it's close enough to other pen styles that if I ever wanted to change it, it wouldn't be a huge change to go like fountain pen or something, you know. So it's a possibility. It might happen. I've really been liking the aesthetic. Might take me a little bit longer, but hey, it'd be worth it, I think. Saying that I switch pens every now and then would be like just a ridiculously severe understatement. Like I will like love a pen one day and then just hate it the next day. I don't know what it is. Like just it drives me nuts too. Totally drives me nuts because I just want to be able to like stick to something sometimes, but like sometimes I frustrate myself by like getting a new pen or something to try and then really like trying to force myself to like it and use it and really not liking it, and kind of have to like come to terms with the fact that it's not going to work for me, and then maybe I'll come back to it another time, you know. It's like it can be frustrating, and I certainly like frustrate myself because I was trying to like draw. I was, you know, on the verge of like trying to draw my comic with this fountain pen and you know, I love fountain pens, but I just like haven't been feeling them the last few days, and I think it just kind of like hit me that I need to go with something that feels natural and not try to force myself, because if I force myself, like a comic is a big commitment, and it can be problematic to change mediums in the middle of a comic because you know, changing the style and changing potentially like the size of it and stuff like that, and that's, you know, kind of stuff you have to be really cautious about messing with when you're doing a comic. But I don't know, this is what's feeling good right now, and I have to be kind of careful because it might, you know, tomorrow I might change my mind, but we'll see. But I'm liking it right now. I think it fits the style of the comic really well. And I think it will. Because like there's a lot of stuff, you know, that I know that you don't know that's going to happen in the comic, so I have to consider what medium is going to be not only practical, but it's going to look good for all the stuff that I have to draw in this comic. And like I'm getting impatient. Like I just want to start. I want to draw this comic already. Like I'm ready. Just gotta make the time. I got so much other work going on that it's hard to find time for comics. It's hard. That's what she said. But yeah, I've kind of like, I lost that for a while. Like I lost the hunger, the like thirst to make comics. Because when it gets you, like it gets you good. And I lost that for a while. Like I had it and then I lost it, and I'm finding it again. And now I'm ready. But also impatient because like now I'm ready, and I have a ton of stuff that I need to get out of the way. There's like a ton of freelance stuff. Big projects that I'm wrapping up, a couple big projects that are going to be ongoing, but oh man, I gotta make space for comics. And if you guys are, like, I have to say that if you guys, you know, want to see me produce more comics, like the best way to support me is to go to my Patreon, and you know, even if it's $1 or $2 or whatever, pledging on Patreon, all that money is like basically funding my personal projects. So the more money I get there, the more time I have to make comics. So if you're impatient and waiting for me to make comics, then That's the way to speed up the process, because the more money I make there, I pay my bills with it, and I don't have to take as many freelance jobs to pay my bills, and I can spend more time focusing on comics. And of course, if you're pledging on Patreon, you're gonna get all the stuff for free, where otherwise I'm gonna be releasing them like online. I would be releasing them online and eventually in physical copies too. But if you want to get all the, once it starts, and I'm gonna be doing some like one-page teasers and like some short comics soon, so there's actually some like good substance up on my Patreon. You get all the online copies for free, as well as access to all like my behind-the-scenes stuff, like all my scripts and my storyboards and thumbnails and stuff, all that stuff. If you're interested in that kind of thing. So yeah, if you just go to patreon.com/mjaraki, like the first letter of my first name and my last name, or just go to patreon.com and search for me, and that's Patreon, Patreon. You can find me there and find my page. I've already got a ton of stuff up there, so you can look and see if it's something that interested. Every little bit of support helps, and I truly appreciate all of it. But that's, people ask me like, why aren't you making comics? When are you gonna start making comics? Like I'm working on it. It's happening. Just gotta pay the bills. Gotta find the balance. So it's key. Because like I am working on comics. Like I'm slowly writing it. I'm slowly doing the character design and stuff for it, which you guys probably see. It's just a slow process when I don't have a lot of time. Like I can maybe spend a few hours a week on it right now. And I eventually want to get to a point where I'm like, putting 20 hours on it a week, then I can really get some stuff done. That's like my goal. I'm getting there. I know many of you probably already do support me on Patreon, and thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. You guys make a huge difference. Not sure what you mean by previous work. If you're talking about the previous webcomic I was working on, yeah, it's going to be based. It's going to be based there. There've been a lot of changes to it, but they're all good changes. They're a lot of the same characters will be returning. It'll be set in the same universe. So yeah, it should be good. Basically, the point. I just wasn't. I didn't like where it was going. I didn't like what it was, so I took the time to kind of stop and reevaluate, because it needed to be done. I wasn't happy with it, and I know a lot of people were disappointed that I stopped, but I just I jumped the gun with starting it, and that was just the wrong move. I should have waited until it was what I wanted it to be, and I didn't. So, it may sound like tooting my own horn a little bit, and it is, but it was for the best. It was for the best. The wait will be worth it. Because I honestly got to a point where I was putting it out weekly, and I wasn't enjoying it at all. I was just doing it because that was I had promised to put it out weekly. And I think the quality certainly suffered. So I kind of had to kick my own ass and say, this is gonna suck. People are gonna be mad, but it's for the sake of the product, the quality of the product. Because I have a hard time sleeping at night if I'm not putting out something that's you know, my best, if not very close to it. Until I get, somebody asked if I'm going to do monthly instead. Until I get, like, really, like, a predictable, like, steady amount of funding, or at least sales from the digital editions, I'm probably not going to adhere to a strict schedule at first, and just because I'm wary of it, because last time the schedule is what kind of screwed me, so to speak, because everything was rushed and just it wasn't good. Like, kind of having to put something out every week meant I was putting out something that wasn't as good out every week. So I'm going to take my time at first, but I don't know. It kind of just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. The goal is to start with, like, you know, essentially like digital comic books, like 10 or between probably like 10 to 15 pages for each little, like, digital edition comic book, and then combining those, you know, the exact page numbers will be worked out later, but combining those then to make, like, printed versions, you know, that would be like paperbacks essentially, and then eventually collecting them all into, like, hardcovers to do, like, some really fancy hardcovers that I would, like, sign and do custom drawings and stuff in. So that's like where that's like my goal. To start small. Start with something manageable and move up to where I want it to eventually be. But yeah. It's gonna happen. And like I said, I'm working on some little, like, teasers and short comics to go with it. So trying to like whet your appetite and stuff. So it should be fun. I'm also going to be doing some giveaways soon, because I have just, like, a crazy amount of followers. Like, I just recently achieved 5,000 followers on Twitter, which is super exciting. And thank you guys if you follow me on Twitter. I super appreciate it. So I'm going to plan some small giveaways of my comic books, a handful of, like, small original drawings, and maybe, like, one or two larger things. As well as, like, I'm very close to 20,000 on Instagram, which just, like, blows my mind. So there'll be separate giveaways for each. It's like still, like, looking at my follower count, like, sometimes I can still barely believe it. And thank you guys for that. Like, you guys are really, just really amazing. So yeah, I'll be giving away a lot of comic books and some original stuff. So I'll be doing, like I said, I've got one to do for Twitter and one to do very soon for Instagram too. So they're not going to be huge, because I honestly don't have a lot of stuff to give away other than, like I said, like the one short comic I do have. And then, like I said, I'll do a handful of original stuff, but there will be more giveaways going on, like, as I produce more work, because, like, I want to have, like, stuff to actually give you guys, you know. I just don't have a lot right now, you know, not a lot of, like, prints or anything, but honestly, I just don't have a lot of, like, print-worthy work. Mostly because, like, I spend, like, the vast majority of my time with art working on freelance stuff to pay the bills. So it's like I don't have a lot of time to do, like, larger personal pieces for prints or anything like that. And honestly, like, it's really hard to kind of manage some of the, like, on-demand print websites. Like, I don't like them. So what I ideally would want to do is create prints on my own and sell them on Gumroad or something, which I can do now. I can sell physical stuff. So it's probably going to be something that I'll do as I start producing more comics, because they'll have, like, you know, high quality comics covers and stuff that will be, like, totally worthy of prints. I mean, I did see those comments, like, thanks guys, like, I know you, like, I have, like, some sketches, you know, that you guys would maybe like to see in prints. And honestly, if there's something specific, let me know. If enough people want it, then maybe I'll get some prints made of it. But it's like, it's also difficult because to go without an on-demand printing service, I have to front the cost of the prints myself, and that's, you know, that's not cheap. And if I haven't hinted enough, you know, like, money's tight right now, so I don't have a lot to invest in, like, getting that stuff underway. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the balance right now. Trying to figure it out. I'm gonna go over some of these lines because, like, the top or head, I put a lot of time in that, totally intentionally, but it just feels a lot heavier than the bottom. So I'm gonna use a little bit thicker pen to go over some of the lines on the bottom. Just to give it a little bit more weight. I have every intention of keeping this messy, because I like how it's feeling right now. Just load this pen. It feels so good. Like, I think at first I was actually considering doing comics with this pen, and I kind of dismissed it. I'm not sure why I did. It's not fully waterproof, but I don't plan on doing any watercolor with my comics, because I tried that, and that was just, like, I like the effect, but it just took way too long. Especially for something that I'm trying to put out, you know, every week. If I get a chance to do a comic that, you know, doesn't have deadlines like that, I might consider doing watercolor, because I do like it, but it just took way too much time. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do. I've been liking the graphite look, so I think I'm gonna stick to it. And I'm probably honestly gonna do something similar with my comic to this. I do lots of scribbly lines and tone with either colored pencil, like black colored pencil, or graphite. Probably black colored pencil, just because it doesn't smear as much. It's a little bit more permanent. But we'll see. Like, I've really been liking this lately, and I hope you guys do too. So I'm trying to find something not only that I enjoy, like a style that I enjoy, but something that, like, I can do regularly, that feels good, feels natural, and looks good, is up to my standards, and my standards for myself are, like, super brutally high. I do not go easy on myself. I'm way, way, way too hard on myself. I know that, but um, I mean, I'm really, like, trying to come up with an excuse. I don't have one, so I don't know. Should probably be nicer to myself, but like I always scoff when people say you have to suffer for your art, but like at the same time, I feel like I do, which is like super lame to say, but like I make myself suffer sometimes. Not to say that you should have to suffer for your art, because you shouldn't have to. It's not a requirement by any means. Good old finger blending. Oh, wow, that sounds really bad, actually. Probably should not say that. It's getting weird again. Sorry, guys. I have a habit of doing that. Like, unintentionally making something weird. But then once I do, I'm like, well, screw it. I already made it weird, so I kind of just run with it. I hope you guys like the weird. I hope, I don't know, like, it may be kind of silly, but like, I watch a lot of like, people on YouTube, Let's Players, and other folks on YouTube that, you know, just generally people that do a lot of like, videos of themselves talking, you know, the obvious ones, the really successful ones like, PewDiePie and Markiplier and, you know, all the Game Grumps. Love all those guys. And, you know, kind of trying to... And I think it is okay to be weird. And I think I need to embrace that a little more. Like, it's super boring when someone is just, like, formal and, like, trying to be... I don't know. Like, it feels unnatural for me not to be weird. Because I'm pretty weird, and I'm pretty rash and sarcastic, and I think I like to try to let that out a little bit more in my videos, because I think important for maintaining a fan base, especially doing something that you talk to people, and like, you know, you got to do it like kind of on a personal level to keep people around and to keep people interested, and like, you know, if you like are honest with your behavior and honest with yourself, you're being honest with your fans, and I think they in the end appreciate it, because that's what I appreciate about people like PewDiePie and Markiplier. They don't really, like, maybe they exaggerate a little bit, but if they feel pretty genuine for the most part, and I think just emotionally connecting with people is like kind of like just a great thing about streaming that you can't really do with many other mediums. So let's get weird, guys. Let's get weird. Probably get a lot more weird. Yeah, I love PewDiePie. The funny thing is I didn't used to. Like, somebody like told me that you, like, oh man, like, you gotta watch PewDiePie, like, he's hilarious and his video's really cool, and I did, and this was probably like a year or two ago, and like, I watched him and I was like, oh no, like, I can't watch him, he's annoying. But then, like, I just started watching him again recently, and I was like, I really enjoy it. I don't know if it's just, you know, like, my taste changed or like what it was, but because like, he didn't change all that much, he's still pretty much the same. PewDiePie. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm like more into it now. Plus, he's also like massively successful. You can't be mad at that. Like, he's doing something right. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just like dust or something? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just like fill space with like marks and like his art. Because I can do that. That feels pretty good. The lighting is super weird. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why that's happening. Like, shove my lamp. Yeah. That's a fun drawing. I like doing that. I like taking something from start to finish like that. And that's honestly another reason I don't do a lot of like really huge drawings, at least not for personal work, is I like sitting down, starting a drawing, and then finishing it. I don't like starting something and not finishing it. And with larger pieces, sometimes you just, if you're going to spend multiple hours on something, 4 or 5 hours, you can't always do that all in one sitting. So I like to draw smaller stuff that I can draw all at once, which is another reason for the style that I do and the fact that I don't use color all that often. But yeah, that was a fun drawing. I'm glad I finally drew. I finally drawed her. I didn't even do it right after all that. I finally drew her, and sometimes I can say words correctly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys enjoy. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like not talking right. That's really awful. Yeah, before I go, I'm gonna drop you guys my links, and I'll give you one more look at the drawing for people who like just tuned in to see these links. Like, oh, I want to see the drawing. Yeah, sorry. But here's my links to the Patreon that I was talking about, Gumroad that I was talking about, my YouTube, and if you go to Gumroad and type this in, you can get $1 off. I think it's like a coupon, like at the end you have to type it in. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But you type it in somewhere, and somehow you save $1. So if you can find it, you can use it. So yeah, that's what I drew. And sorry for a shorter stream tonight. I had to watch the finale of MasterChef, and there's just I couldn't not do that. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. You guys are all awesome, and I will see you next time. Hopefully, anyway. I didn't mean that as like hopefully there will be a next time. As like hopefully you come back next time. Okay, guys, bye.